My name is Cait. Welcome. Today, I will be guiding you to sleep with your eyes closed. I will be asking you questions and occupying your mind to more easily allow you to drift to sleep. I feel like having something to distract us while we go to bed is always ideal. So, I hope that I can be that outlet for you. If you're familiar with my channel, you will notice that I am doing binaural audio, which I don't usually do, so I would recommend headphones. And now, without further ado, I have a couple questions for you. Okay, perfect. So, I don't usually write out a script, and this isn't a script. I just usually like to wing these things, but for today's video, I had a couple questions that I figured I should write down for safekeeping. Our first game is I will be saying a letter, and you will win the game if you name a country that I don't name. Some letters are harder, and I've named a couple countries, and other letters are easier, so you don't really know what to expect. Some letters may have up to 3 countries, and other letters may only have 1. I'm not going to tell you whether or not it is an easy letter or a hard letter. So, I hope that you really focus on trying to think of a country that you think I won't name. How does that sound? Interesting. I thought it was fun, especially seeing as it's currently the World Cup. I did not do this based on any World Cup teams because I'm from the US and some of us follow football or soccer, whatever you call it, but I'm not a sports person, so it's really just whatever country I thought of. So, don't be dissuaded by picking a country that's participating. Okay? Good. But also, is this just a mind trick? I don't know. I'm gonna be so honest with you, I don't even know what countries are participating in the World Cup. I have actually no idea. Okay. So, let's begin. Our first letter, obviously, because my name starts with C, is C. I need you to think about a country that I wouldn't name that starts with the letter C. next one is U. U as in under. U. U. The letter U. As a United States citizen, my brain went to the obvious. It went to the obvious. And I thought of the United States. United States of America. America, America. I've been seeing some discourse online of people upset with Americans or United States citizens for not calling themselves United States citizens and instead calling ourselves Americans. United States citizen is a mouthful, so a lot of us opt for American, even though we do know that North America and South America are continents. And I think even in some teachings, I'm not exactly sure how true this is, but I think in some countries they teach it is just the continent of America. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. One's not immediately coming to mind. Let me know. M is the next letter. M is the next letter. M is the next letter. I will give you a hint and say I only wrote one country. Are you ready to take a gamble? If you said Mexico, sorry you lost. That's what I wrote down. Mexico. 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 The next letter is S. 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 What country can you think of that I'm not thinking of that starts with the letter S? Country, not continent. Country, not continent. Okay, my answer is South Korea. South Korea. What country were you thinking of? The next letter is H. H. What country can you think of that starts with the letter H? H. 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 Or I think as some people say it, H. H. Is that true? Maybe. I think so. Okay, my answer was Haiti. 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 Okay, so we have 2 letters left. 2 letters left. The first letter is J. J. What country am I not thinking of? Unfortunately, if you know anything about me, I did go with something that relates to me a little bit. Do you have a country? I said Japan. 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 And our last letter is N. 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 What country am I not thinking of? I wrote down 2. I wrote down Norway and the Netherlands. The Netherlands, I think, please correct me in the comments. When I traveled to the Netherlands, I believe everyone called it Holland. So if you thought of that for H, then you're fine. I would say you're safe here. Because you probably didn't even think of the Netherlands. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. So, now we're going to do a word chain. What's a word chain, you might ask? When I say a word, I want you to anticipate what word I say next. Let's start with something easy. If I say rain, something that I might say next might say water. I might say rainbow. I want you to guess what my next word might be. Kind of follow the way my brain connected these words. Okay? Sound good? Perfect. So, let's kick off from rainbow. Rainbow. What do you think I said after that? I went with purple. I think I was stuck on rain. Purple rain. Anyway, after purple, what do you think I said? It's another color. Mentally, I always associate orange with purple. I don't know, that's just me. I think it's like a Halloween thing. So, if not orange, what's after orange? What word do you think I said? If I'm thinking of Halloween, orange, I went with cat. Cat, like orange cat, cat Halloween. Black cats are pretty common for Halloween. I don't know. That's where my mind went. After cat, I didn't look at the word chain until just now. I didn't look at this word chain until I looked at it again. I did this like an hour ago. Because I would have been talking about what do you think I said after cat? Based on context clues of what I've actually mentioned already. Halloween was my next word, and I did not realize I actually wrote it down. Halloween. What word would you associate after orange, Halloween, cat? My mind went straight to pumpkin. What did your mind go to pumpkin? Pumpkin. Pumpkin, 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 pumpkin. Pumpkin, 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 pumpkin. My mind went to pumpkin. After pumpkin, this is a bit random, but my mind went to caramel. After caramel, what do you think I thought of? We're sticking on the Halloween theme. Apple. Apple is the only next word I could think of. Caramel, apple. And after apple, sticking on the same kind of theme. I don't know why I went to autumn. The word's not autumn. I thought of apple cider. Apple cider. I don't know. That's all I need this script for. That was it. Now, I want you to take a deep breath in and let it out when you hear the click of my pen. Okay. So, take a deep breath in. Let it out. Good. Take a deep breath in. And let it out. Take a deep breath in. And let it out. Take a deep breath in. And let it out. Now breathe as normal. I know that these games were limited and kind of short. Not the games themselves, but the variety. I wanted to occupy the deepest corners of your mind and allow you to fall asleep while focusing on something other than your own thoughts. I do have some more games for you, but I need you to focus on the sound of my voice. I need you to tell me whether or not my fingers are closer or further from you, and focus on which ear you're hearing it out of, okay? You ready? Would you say this is closer for? Okay, what about now? Okay. Okay. I need you to focus on which ear I'm whispering into. personal work, or whether it's for your job, or whether it's for school, you would use this object anywhere. What is the object? It leaves a mark when it's used, and they come in different color variations. It's usually used alongside paper, but not always, as they have branched into becoming less about just a traditional usage, and the term has now been used for objects that coincide with iPads. It's a pen. Did you guess that? The next object I will be describing to you that I need you to guess. It is used in the mornings and in the evenings, primarily. It is used in your closet. That's a big giveaway. They come in many different shapes and sizes, but the stereotypical one is shaped more like a triangle with a little hook on top. What would you say that one is? A clothing hanger. Good. Okay, another one. This is an object that is mainly used when you are sick, or maybe you have allergies. It's not something that you would really use all the time. Typically, it holds other objects that are then used. The objects are very soft, and growing up, I don't know if this is the same for everyone, but I would have to buy these for back to school in like elementary school. That just came back to me. They do not always come in boxes. Actually, sometimes you can get little portable ones that are made out of plastic, like plastic bag type material. What object do you think that is? A tissue box. Good. Okay, I have another one. This one was invented by Thomas Edison. They are used every day. Not in the exact way Thomas Edison invented them, but they're used. They come typically in different formats and colors, and sometimes they change in the season. I was thinking of a light bulb. Okay, I have another one. This is an object that is used for warmth and comfort. They come in many different sizes, but some sizes range from twin to twin XL to queen or to king, but they don't always come in those sizes. They also can sometimes have the word throw in front of them. They are sometimes fluffy, they're sometimes cool, they're sometimes quilted. I was thinking of a blanket. A blanket. A blanket. Did you think of that? Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. Okay. unfortunately, I have to go. I hope I was able to distract your mind a little bit, or at least relax you. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. And I'll see you next week.